remember I used to make a few videos about getting my boys a vasectomy or getting them clipped, because if we have normalized to the point of women and young teenage girls can start getting birth control at around age 11, 12, 13 years old for any other multitude of reasons, but one of the major reasons is because a lot of these mothers don't be wanting no teenage daughters. I got ate up for that shit. And I still stand behind what the fuck I be saying. Boys should actually be vasectomized, bitch. Why are we so against vasectomies? Why are we so fucking against vasectomies? And why are we always so quick to defend and call the fuck out of men when it comes down to the topic of vasectomies? Because the main number thing that everybody like to say about vasectomies is about how they're not reversible. And my thing is, why the fuck do y'all want it to be reversible so bad? Are we not at a very overpopulated ass country any fucking way? Like, am I missing something? What is the obsession with wanting men to continuously procreate babies all around our fucking country? What is the purpose of wanting men to have so much access to nuts just to continuously create single mothers, just to continuously create more women and children that they love to fucking beat and kill? Like, I don't understand the rhetoric. Like, we have normalized women getting birth control so bad that we literally could care less if a woman died from tumors, cysts, endometriosis, PCOS, ectopic pregnancies. Like, we are so okay with shit like that. Cancer. Do y'all not know how long that fucking list is of birth control? Like, every birth control has had a recall. Every last one of women's birth control has had a fucking recall. Every woman that I've seen that been on birth control, specific birth controls, they gain massive weight. Some women become literal infertile after having birth control for so long. I've seen women who had the Nexplanon in their fucking arm, and their arm started changing fucking colors. One lady arm was fucking lightning. I don't ever see y'all in an uproar about that. It's always women should be overly responsible of who the fuck they lay down with and just have babies by. But nobody is promoting vasectomies, because what it is, bitch, conceiving a child starts with a man. It starts with a man. Like, I get so tired of the conversations of always wanting to blame women for bringing unwanted babies here, but it literally starts with the fucking man. And then y'all always coddle them. Y'all be so quick to be on the fucking defense of not holding them accountable. Well, I mean, she decided she wanted to keep it. She wouldn't have the decision if his ass did not fucking irresponsibly nut in her. It starts with the man. And I feel like we need to start having an uprise and having vasectomies with teenage boys. What is the problem with that? Why do y'all want grandbabies so fucking bad in the economy in a fucking country that quite literally prioritizes slavery, capitalism? What is the obsession? Get them boys vasectomies, bro. Get them boys some goddamn vasectomies. And if you the type of mother that's so fucking worried about your goddamn child not having kids in the future, bitch, freeze his nut. Freeze the sperm. Freeze it. Like, god fucking damn. Or, of course, adoption is still a fucking thing. Foster care is still a fucking thing. Animals still fucking exist. Like, I don't get the obsession with wanting people to have fucking babies so damn bad. So many options out there. Even IVFs or, yeah, all that type of shit. Other men out here still be having sperm banks. Like, take your ass to near a sperm bank, put that shit in your woman, surrogacy, whatever the fuck. So many options out there now in big 2025. But yet y'all still obsessed with wanting men to continuously be irresponsible with their sperm and just place full blame on women. It is the weirdest shit.
All right, man, I found this interesting clip. I think the brother P's World, shout out to him, had this clip. Check out Viral Video Playlist. Check out Modern Women Playlist. And I've always preached this on my videos. If you watch them on the Patreon, hit the link in the description. Join the Patreon, we'll be mad. Yeah, I think people really think feminism stops and starts on the dating scene. I think people don't understand that how superficial they think of feminism, you know. And that's the crazy thing about it. I think people just think of it as very, very superficial. I talk about it. I'm like one of the few people that talk about feminism in the classroom. You know, I've been in classrooms. I've been the kid that was hyper. I've been the kid that they treated the little black boy, they treated different. You know, I've been that guy. You had to figure out the best way I learned. I've been with the hating female teachers, whether they were black, whether they was white, whether they was Hispanic. And I had one teacher that tried to, put me in the retarded class. I don't want to say the retarded, but the slow class, remedial class, because we bumped heads. And I just wasn't somebody that I've always stood up for myself and spoke up for myself, especially since I was around a teenager, right? I just don't take shit. And I've seen feminism in the classroom. I'm a product of it. I didn't see another black male teacher until I was in middle school. So I get it. And a lot of, young men, whether your nationality, you grew up in this country, you grew up with feminism traits, with feminism in your household, from your sister, from your mother. We did the Terry Crews video. Go check out Terry Crews video. Just put my channel name and put Terry Crews video in there. And, how he brought up to his mother at this therapist, how she made him drop his pants to see if he had pubic hair. He brought it up and his mother said, why are you trying to mess up the family? His sister said, why are you trying to mess up the family? His mother lied about it. A lot of us, y'all don't understand, in America, that our mothers set us up for failure, especially to deal with women. They set us up for failure. They set us up for failure when they believe the teacher and don't understand the teacher got it out for us. I remember it was an episode of Malcolm in the Middle, and I'm about to get to the topic of the video in a minute. It was a episode of Malcolm in the Middle. And then don't think that feminism just stopped with these women in the classroom. A lot of the males and I say males, and I mean it, that's in the school system, a lot of them is moist. If they ain't like football coaches or so, a lot of them is moist. So they push feminist traits because they were bullied in school. They didn't have masculine traits. They couldn't hoop. They wasn't cool. So they take that hatred that they have and they project that on young boys too, right? But it was an episode of Malcolm in the Middle where the teacher, he couldn't stand Reese. So he kept failing Reese. And, Malcolm was trying to help Reese. And then Malcolm ended up doing a paper for Reese, which Malcolm was a genius. And they bringing that show back. It's one of my favorite shows. So he did a paper for Reese, and he made sure it was a C+ work. He made sure he got a C+ on the work, and the teacher failed it. So, Malcolm let it slip out. Was like, I made sure this was C+ work. He got it out for Reese, and he slipped up, and his mother got mad at the teacher more than the kids and said, you gave something that Malcolm wrote a F? And at the end of the episode, and for her, in return for her not telling the school system that he was biased toward, against Reese, they all had to fix the roof, right? Everybody was on the roof fixing the roof. Reese, Malcolm for doing Reese tests, and the teacher. And don't think that, some of these teachers don't have it out for your kids. Don't think some of these women, these moist dudes don't have it out for your children. They do, especially boys. Boys and girls in the school system are treated completely different. There's a bunch of girls that get passed through, and I've talked about this on the main channel, the valedictorian girl the girl that was a valedictorian that got honors, and they passed her through, and she was illiterate, and now she at UConn. The system is designed to emasculate our young youth, but this lady is saying that boys should get vasectomies. Remember, men should start off in jail and work their way out of jail. Now boys should get vasectomies, right? Because, they keep impregnating these women. Mind you, you have to know this as well. About 30, I did a video on this from the Washington Post, 30 to 36%, I forget the exact number, somewhere in there, of men 30 and under don't have children, are virgins. They've never talked to a woman, never approached a woman. There's a virgin epidemic amongst young men in America. Therefore, you have this woman who looks like a feminist, who look like she been ran through. They're blaming men because their daughters can't keep their legs open. Let me slow it down a little bit. Don't forget, these are the same daughters that, remember that Randy Rosario, Beanhead, Biscuit Head, was saying that, they were preying on us. We was younger. No, you wasn't victims. These girls would go to parties, get into parties, use fake IDs. They would go to the weed spot, smoke with the weed man. They would offer to sleep and suck off the weed man in exchange for weed. See, they have this predatory projection they put on men. I'm telling you, the vast majority of men who lost their virginity, the woman was the aggressor. They don't talk about these young women. If you watch that 30 for 30 on what Carter lost about Friday Night Lights, the team that actually beat them, they were in high school and they had grown women coming up to the school sleeping with them. Predatorial. Come on. A lot of times when a boy loses virginity, it's the woman who's the aggressor. See, women won't keep it real with y'all and tell y'all this. It's the woman that that's the aggressor. It's the woman. Like, think about the wood. We was talking about that on Instagram. How, Alicia, she was the one that pressed my man's to give her sex, and she knew he had a boy. She knew he had a girlfriend. It's the women who initiate sex, especially from younger boys. People don't understand it. It's the women. Like, they have this thing where, and I'm glad women are starting telling the truth about getting trains run on them. They believe that men are coercing women into getting trains ran on them when they're younger. Women request that. Women, I remember my man was in there smacking a chick, and she was like, tell your boy to come in too. I want him to. They request that. I remember I was on college campus, and a girl, we was chilling, and she was with her homegirl, and she was this Mexican chick. And she was like, I want you, and you to run a train on me right now. She grabbing her friend. She just playing. She's like, I'm not playing. Women request that. So this whole thing where we are the predators, more times than not, it's women who initiate sex. It's women who initiate that first. That's a fact, especially from young boys. I guarantee you it's more boys and girls that's around the same age. The girls are initiating the sex, bro. They're not going to tell you that. So her thing is, let's put these guys make these young boys get vasectomies. And these are children. These are young boys. Oh, these girls have to be on birth control, and why your daughter can't keep her legs closed. And then the large percentage of them are sleeping with men that's older than them. They're putting themselves in the vicinity of guys that's 18, 19, 20, 21. They know how to say no, but they're putting themselves at the spot. They changing their school clothes into skimpy school clothes. They not going home after school. They asking to go to boys' house after school. They going to their friend's house after school, and then, everybody fall asleep, or everybody doing their thing, and they sliding into the brother's room, and they shooting they shot, and they grabbing the brother's thing like that. Most of these girls, you know what I'm saying? Y'all beat y'all daughters because, you know what I'm saying, she slept with your boyfriend. Y'all don't check the boyfriend, y'all blame the daughter. So let's kill the talk that these young boys are predatory. The numbers say all y'all women are sleeping with the same guy. The numbers say a lot of y'all daughters are the ones that's getting pregnant by the same guys. Half of black men, statistically, they saying, don't even have a child 40 and under. 50% of the field don't have a child. The majority of the women who having the babies are having the babies by the same men. It's statistically proven if half the black men don't have children, and 65% of women with 3 or more children, I think by different guys, or by at least obviously more than one baby daddy, are black. What does that tell you? I still 60%, 70, 80% of y'all sleeping with the same 10 or 5 to 20% of guys. We all know it should be true. It's time to put that to sleep, where these men are sexual predators. Even more so now in this generation, they have a social issue. So men are not approaching, men are not talking to women, men are avoiding women, men are have a porn addiction. They are not even approaching or thinking or wanting to touch women. Right? That's a problem. But therefore, it's still a teenage pregnancy problem. It's still women are walking around here pregnant by ain't shit niggas, but it's still the majority of guys getting blamed for it. Get out of here. You want to castrate boys because your daughter can't keep her legs closed? You do know you don't have to sleep with guys. And I say this, I would say the majority of women are the aggressors in sex. When you talking about these teenage boys, it's these women. Oh, my mama not home. My daddy not home. You want to come? That's them. I'm coming to your house. It's them. All that, playing the role and protecting women's image. No, these women are savages. These women are grown women sleeping with little boys. And listen to D-Ray video, D-Ray's story about how his mother's friends, did that to him when he was young. James Brown, it was talked about that happened to him when he was young. Antoine Fisher, if you've ever seen the movie, see what happened to him when he was young. Boys just don't speak up about it, man. But hey, it is what it is, man. I'm telling y'all, it's crazy, man. But hit the link in the description, join the Patreon, follow me on X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch. Well, join the Patreon. It's only on this channel. I appreciate y'all. Let me know what y'all think.